Hello, test. Hello, welcome to Friday. Grace always means the live stream. It's Konstantin here. I've been busy, so I literally just run straight away to the studio. You see, I'm huffing and puffing. I need some water as well. Good to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm still on the high of meeting Matt Irvin. Last week he was here on the live stream. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And we also saw them over the weekend and on Monday as well. So it's been absolute pleasure to meet Matt Irvin in person. Thank you so much, Matt. We really appreciate it. And I guess it's our turn now to go to Melbourne, Australia. So, hopefully, that will happen soon. How is the video? How is the audio? Please let me know in the comments below. Simon's already did. Thank you very much, Simon. I appreciate it. He says audio and video is 5 out of 5, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's say hello to people in the chat. I haven't done solo live stream for more than a month now, so it's all coming back to me at some point. But you've got Per Snellman who says good afternoon from Stockholm. Colin Murphy says hello from Durham. Simon Ma is saying hello from Toronto. He says love the Nikon Zf, my go-to over my Z8. Always appreciate the time and work you put in this podcast. Have a great show. Thank you, Simon. Today we don't have a particular topic. As I say, I'm a bit my brain is a bit fried, to be honest with you, with just whole busyness of it for the last week. So today's show is really depends on you because we don't have any particular topic. So the door is open for all your questions and comments. Anything you want to discuss today, please let me know in the comments in the live chat. If you're watching us and you're not in the live chat, then please join us. Give the stream a like as well. If you haven't subscribed, we also recommend this. But if you have any questions for me, put QQQ right in front of it. It's, as I say, it's open season in a way, so we can be here for 10 minutes or we can be here for 1 hour. So you choose. So I want you to be very proactive, especially today in the chat. I do love my ZF, Simon, as well. I've kind of find this camera just a pleasure to take with you, and it inspires me to take some photographs, and I like to put all sorts of different lenses on it. Now Z8 is a tool, and it's a professional tool, and it's something that you keep, and if there is something comes your way that this camera needs to be there because I want to get the tool that is 100% reliable. Nikon Z8 is the camera to take away with you. I still think that in the current lineup, Nikon Z8 is the best camera as a value for money, as a build quality, and just overall kind of usability, because it can be pretty much used for everything. Obviously, there's specific use for Nikon Z9 over there. There's specific use for Nikon Z6 III over Z8. But I think it's the best all-round in Nikon lineup at the moment. We've got Michael Davenport in the chat, Andy Hayder, who says hit the like button. I appreciate it, Andy. We appreciate you appreciating us. So if you haven't hit the like button, it's always useful because it brings this live stream to a lot more people. Roger Rigetti says good morning, afternoon, Con, and everyone else on the internet land. We'll be driving and listening today as I'm heading to Georgia coast in the States, that is. Well, Rick, I hope you're having a good, smooth ride with the beautiful scenery. I do love driving in the United States. I mean, I've done all California mainly, a bit of New Jersey as well, driving, but I do enjoy the scenery. California, Arizona. Did I go to Texas? No, never made it to Texas. Might need to go. I've heard barbecues are really good in there. Now, we got Colin Brahma in the chat as well. He's in New Zealand. David Muscora is from San Francisco. Len Oshman from New Jersey. Robert from Dover, Massachusetts. We also have Dover in the United Kingdom, by the way. So it's good that you put Massachusetts there, because it's like, Robert is local to us. It's only in 1 hour on the train. Michael Reed from West Cambria as well. Pete Gazzola from Northern California, John O'Reilly from Connecticut. Andy is from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Nick Harrison is local to us. He's in Manchester, so not too far away. He said, called into the shop on Wednesday to look at the new 24-70 Mark II 2.8 lens. Very impressive. Sorry, I missed you. Nick, it's always good to see you in person. Well, next time you're here, hopefully I'm around as well. All the higher Engler is from Northeast Ohio. Simon Hopkinson is in West Yorkshire. Raimo is in Sweden. Warren has a question for me. What are your favorite lenses for a Nikon ZF? Well, Warren, I'm glad you asked. I do love Voigtländer lenses. And the reason for that being is they look the part with the camera. Obviously, camera is well made, and it's one of those cameras that look vintage. So I do like a good metal lens to put on it. But also, Voigtländer lenses, they produce very different rendering to Nikon lenses. If Nikon lenses we would call modern, and they're obviously very sharp, and a lot of people love that. Voigtländer lenses have more vintage rendering, but again, they have different lenses. So their Apo lenses are some of the sharpest lenses on Nikon Z cameras. So you got 35 Apo and 50 Apo, both brilliant lenses. Really enjoy using them. But my favorite by far, and it's probably the best-selling Voigtländer lens in the shop, and I think it's thanks to me and Becky really, is the Voigtländer 40mm 1.2, and it's a beautiful lens, wide open. It gives you all sorts of imperfections, which we call character nowadays, and then stop down to about 5.6. It becomes a normal modern lens. So really love that lens. Really enjoyable, especially wide open. This 50f1 is absolutely amazing lens. It's a beast on camera like Nikon ZF, but it's absolutely amazing as well. If you do like your character lenses, it is fantastic a lens to have, especially on ZF where you can zoom in and check your focusing real quick, because focusing at the F1, it's not as easy as you may think. So having this quick zoom, which you can assign to the button, like I have it, I think on OK, button on the back of the camera. I can quickly zoom in, fine-tune the focusing, and then take a shot. But 28 1.5, also fantastic lens. Really enjoyed it. 50 Apo has beautiful rendering. I personally, if I have to choose between 35 and 50 Apo, I would choose 50 Apo for the rendering. I'm normally more 35 person though. So that's the thing, that's why it's a bit kind of odd to me to prefer that 50 Apo with 35. But if you look online, people will have all sorts of different preferences. So I know the 35 is favorite for a lot of people as well. All right. Hello, Jakob. Jakob is in Slovakia. Roy Bixby is in Australia. Terry Allen is here as well. It was a pleasure to see you last Friday, and I'm glad you stayed over to meet Matt as well. So that's we had open day. We had open day in the shop where Steve Lam, who you saw on this live stream probably a month ago. So he's our technical advisor. He had a Q&A session with people coming in, and people could try different equipment out. So Terry was there as well. It was good to see you, Terry. And Matt Irvin popped in, which was fantastic. All right. So what else do we have here? So we got Ian. So we've got who else? Ian Mussen. He is Nottinghamshire. John Hughes. He said, "Is it Friday? I've taken some time off now, and I do not know what day it is, but I'm here." It's a pleasure to see you, John. To be honest with you, for me as well, sometimes I've just lost track of things, but we work in retail as well, and pretty much right now we already talk Christmas. If you catch my drift, now it's like all planning basically towards end of the month, and then from November, you're effectively in the Christmas mode, culminating in a Black Friday event, which is now becomes an event. It's not even a day. It used to be one day, and then it was 2 days, Black Monday and Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Then it became a weekend, and now in UK it's basically a whole week event as well. So we already have to plan for this. I don't think Nikon is done with announcements for this year as well. We haven't seen much in recent weeks. So ZR was the last one. But I'm pretty sure that we'll probably see a couple more announcements, hopefully by the end of the year. So your guesses what Nikon will announce next, so please let me know in the comments below your predictions. What else is going to be announced before the end of the year? But the time is going to fly, to be honest with you. We're not thinking months even, we're thinking weeks, and we're looking at about 12 weeks, even 10 weeks, if you think that everything kind of slows down around mid-December. The clock is ticking, if you see what I mean. Okay, Gary Murphy is in the chat as well. Good to see you, Gary. It says, "It's been a while since my last confession. First time live for a while for me." All right, let's have a confession live stream as well. So I want to hear your confessions. tell me something that you feel like you need to confess about photography related, please. What have you done? You're a Nikon person. Have you used other brand? Have you seen? Let me know. I want to hear your confessions in the chat because this week's live stream is absolute freestyle here. The Walker is in the chat who says, greetings from Chelmsford, UK. Had better be sunny Sunday afternoon when I plan to capture some autumn colors and do a bit of deer stalking with my 180-600. Fantastic. It's a perfect lens for this. We had a bit of accident with my dog Tilly the other week. We normally walk in this park, and there's an area, designated area for cows, and they normally kind of board it up so people don't come in and you have to keep your dog on the leash and things like this. However, this time around, apparently, there was a hole under the gate that dogs could squeeze through. And Tilly, basically, she saw it and she just went straight under it. And she went there for the cows, Took me 2 minutes to catch her. She obviously doesn't know how dangerous the cows can be, but I'd rather have my dog on the leash there and have my 180-600 and photograph cows from that safe distance. That's the thing. But obviously, if your dog barks on cows, it's not good for everyone. All right, Jay Blue is in the chat. Hello, good to see you. I'm catching up. That's good. Roland is in the chat. Good to see you, Roland, as well. Jim Orsetti says, does Nikon Zf shoot raw stills as well? I can't imagine it wouldn't. Well, Nikon Zf will shoot raw files. That's just a given. That's a part of any Nikon mirrorless camera. So yes, it will have stills raw as well as obviously a red raw on the camera. Yes, Jim, if you're looking at the camera, I would say Nikon Zf is more of a video camera, let's be honest. But I would buy, if you are a photographer and then videographer, then get Z6 III. If you're a videographer and then photographer, then get ZR, because they are quite close to each other, but ZR definitely answers a lot more questions for video users, while Z6 is more geared towards photographers. But again, that's the thing. If you don't need red raw, Nikon Z6 Mark III is the answer here. So as I say, we see ZR as a good second camera for photographers, or as a first camera for videographers. That's the way I think about it. Jim, if you got some other camera already and you want to get a video camera, that will allow you for raw stills if need to be, if you see what I mean. But you may start to miss the built-in viewfinder. Michael Davenport says, I did try an ask last week, but I know it was busy. I have limited grip. Can you advise on what grip would be better than Z8 or Z9? You mean just a grip on the camera? You gotta come in and try. We have both on display. I'm happy with, my hands are not big but not small. I would say medium size. Z8 is perfect for me. I would say Z6 III, I still have situation with the mystery case of hanging pinky, as we call it. But they definitely improve the ergonomics of cameras like Z6 III. They make the grip deeper compared to Gen 2 cameras. Everyone is different, but if you have big hands, Z9 definitely is good for that. If you feel like you're going to have grip attached, battery pack, you want a battery pack attached to the camera all the time, you get a look at Z9. But Michael, until you try for yourself in person, whatever I tell you doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, you have to feel it in your hands. I know it doesn't help, but if you have a local store near you, or if you're local to us, come in and we have them on display. Andy says, deciding on the Nikon 105 macro versus Sigma 105 macro, price must be a factor. Well, if you're not talking about Z cameras, is that correct? So you're looking at F-mount lenses. It's a tough call. I think Sigma 105 is well regarded, as well as Nikon 105. I would say just, if you can compare them, then have a look at those. I guess Sigma will be cheaper than Nikon, either new or second-hand. So yes, if the price is a factor, then probably Sigma is a good answer. But Sigma is no slouch. It's definitely been well regarded among photographers. Hello, Tadeusz. Did I go to Sedona, Arizona? Oof. I don't know, Andy, actually. So what did we do? We did Las Vegas, so everything towards Las Vegas. And then I went up towards Utah. That was my first trip. My second trip was something similar, but we did go to Las Vegas, then to Grand Canyon, because I couldn't do that during my first trip because it was lockdown. Everything was shutting down, so we had to cut it short. So went to basically LA to Las Vegas, down to Grand Canyon, then back to Las Vegas for one night, and then up towards Sequoia, so towards California. So we went towards Sequoia Trees National Park, and then towards San Francisco. So I'm not sure if I've been to Sedona or not. I'm not 100% sure. But next time, if I haven't been, then I definitely should come and say hello as well. Okay, John Hughes has a very important question. What is the best way to get motivated back into taking images? As with everything, I think, John, it's the same as, let's say, I'm doing live streams every week, and sometimes it's very hard to actually come up with ideas. We've been doing this live stream for what, 6 years, 5 years? I've been doing it solo for 2 years. And, you know, like every time I'm thinking, the topic that we haven't discussed yet, we kind of covered it all, you know. So that's why, let's say today, because I've been so busy, I actually thought, well, you know what, let's just have a Q&A session. Let's talk what interests you, you know, and ask your opinions about things. So, you know, but in terms of motivation, my motivation to do this live stream is to see you guys, because you kind of became friends in a way, you know, that I meet you, you know, a lot of you I see every week. And if you're new to the live stream, it's absolutely a pleasure to see you in the chat and, you know, to read your comments. So there's different ways you can think about it. I would say if you do definitely feel like you're a bit procrastinating and you're not sure what to photograph, then creating a project, working on some project definitely helps. Trying to take photographs of something that you haven't done yet, just to put yourself in a position. Let's say I'm not a wildlife guy, so when I have to do wildlife, it's a bit of a challenge and it's exciting. So kind of, you know, doing little things like this definitely helps. You know, trying different lens or equipment definitely helps. Don't want to sway you into gas or anything like this, but definitely something, if you feel like you're taking the same images over and over, let's say a subject, just change the topic, change the subject of photography, change, switch to a macro or something for a week and see what happens. But yeah, I would say everyone is different, and sometimes it's good to take a break and come back fresh. You know, like let's say I took a month of photography fairly recently, and I would just say, you know what, I'm going to go read books, you know, and then once you kind of haven't done it for a month, then you start to feel a bit hungry about it, and you feel like, oh, I have a void to fill. So then you come back naturally to photography, and you have that passion again. But I'm sure that people in the chat also can give more ideas, and that's the thing. It's one of the topics that we can talk about for hours as well. Rosa Marie is in the chat as well. Hello. He says, great episode last week. Perfect chemistry between you and Matt. Thank you, Rosa. We should have Matt here every week, so he should just move into London. But thank you. Yeah, it's always as well, because it was my first time I met Matt in person as well, and it's absolutely fantastic to kind of meet person that you only see on the screen. And obviously, you know, me and Matt, we talk, we have a WhatsApp, and you know, we talk to each other every now and then. But when you meet someone in person, it's you still have certain different assumptions because you see a person on the screen, you know. So and yeah, Matt in life is the same as he's on the screen. Absolutely fantastic guy. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend quite a few days with him, and yeah, it's just been a fantastic time. As I say, I'm still riding off the highs of meeting him in person, and yeah, it's definitely one of the highlights of my year. Thank you very much, Jay Blue. He said happy October, Autumn Friday. Thank you very much, Jay Blue. I appreciate it. Gary, thank you very much as well. He says happy Friday, everyone. This is absolutely fantastic. What I've realized is we can also highlight the comments, and I forgot about this. So I'm going to highlight some comments in the chat now. So it's a little bit more interactive as well. You see, we are moving. It's only took us 5 years to learn how to show the comments on the live stream as well. Let's see. I'm still catching up. I like the chat is buzzing, so that means that what I'm saying is not boring to you. That helps. Craig C, thank you very much. He says, so hello, watching from PA. What's PA? Pennsylvania? I'm not really good with the states, but PA. I'm sure you will tell me in the comments. So, all right. Dave says, if you ever driven in the US, driving in UK for the first time must be a nightmare. Well, I've learned to drive in the UK. So in London as well. I used to live in Battersea, which is just across the river from Grace or Westminster. And so I used to actually learn to drive around Vauxhall Bridge, and there's a big Vauxhall Junction there, around Buckingham Palace, you name it, Westminster Abbey and things like that. And traffic there is not easy. Definitely, I used to come home after my first lesson. I'd have like round patches around my shoulders, and I would take a shower before. Can you imagine that? That's a level of stress. It was this, and I learned on manual, so things like this. So obviously I drive now every day, and once you can drive in London, it's much easier to drive in the United States for a very simple reason that everything is bigger, but the roads are bigger and a lot more space. So overall, I didn't find it difficult to drive in Los Angeles. It was a bit tricky because you land at Los Angeles Airport, and you pick up your car from the rental, right? And you suddenly sit on the other side, and then, it's an automatic car as well. I've never driven an automatic before. That was my first time on my first trip to United States, to California. It was a bit tricky first 5 minutes because driving to Airbnb in Santa Monica is not far away from Los Angeles Airport to Santa Monica. It's about 10-15 minutes drive, but it was a bit tricky. Then I got used to it. It was fine. I guess driving in Los Angeles, it's okay, but I haven't driven much, to be honest with you. My last time, a couple of days we were just taking Lyft or Ubers, and one day David, the drunk wedding photographer, drove us around as well. So that was fantastic. But what I enjoy is actually once you leave the town and once you start, let's say Los Angeles to Las Vegas ride is absolutely beautiful. The scenery is absolutely amazing. So obviously it takes you an hour to leave to the highway, but then you can pass Joshua Tree or Mojave Desert, all sorts of places. You can go towards Route 66 and beautiful places. So from mountains to dunes to sand and snow and you name it, absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy that. And it's driving in the United States is the highlight, I would say. Like the driving between the different areas. On our trips, we were normally driving about 3 hours a day or something like this. Normally, the longest I drove, I think, was 8 hours in one day. But that's because we were covering quite a few places. So we were stopping by. We left at 8 a.m. and we arrived just before midnight to Sequoia Tree National Park. Things. Okay. So Ian Musnas, which lens have you always wanted but could not justify buying? There's a couple of lenses that I still want. So H5 1.2, I love this lens, but I have H5 1.4G. And I do find that me upgrading to H5 1.2 is a lot of money. H5 1.2 is not a cheap lens. And that's why I want it, but I can't justify it. I think H5 1.4 does everything I want right now. So that's, I think, if I have to choose one, that would be the one, Ian. Tiger says, old Voigtländers look great on any DSLR NFA, such as Nikon FA. Well, I can tell you that I pretty much have all Voigtländers. Well, they made 5 for Nikon F mount. So they did 28, 40, 55, 58, and 90. I have 3 of them. I have 28, 40, and 58, and all are fantastic. I don't think I'll ever get 55 because it's too close to 58. It's a bit more modern. I do like more character, 58-1.4. 90 is fantastic. It's 92.8, I believe. It's very small for portrait lens, which is absolutely amazing. Love it, but I got H5 1.4 AI lens that is kind of it's sitting there, and if I need to shoot with that, I'll put on, this lens on. But yeah, absolutely agree. If you haven't looked at Nikon F mount Voigtländer lenses, they're definitely good lenses to try out. All right, let's look at more of your comments here. Let's have a look. I'm just going to quickly have a coffee. The coffee fund is open. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything. Okay, Dennis says, good to see you back. I have missed you in my feed. Thank you, Dennis. He's from Netherlands. We appreciate it. Greg Lohan says, a +1 for 40mm 1.2 and 35 apo, 50 apo as well. Love the 75mm f1.5 Nocton 2. Do as well. It's on my list. On my list as well. I think if you... Yeah, like 40 mil is for me is my favorite, I would say, and it's a perfect match for Nikon Zf. But yeah, if you're looking at several lenses, I would go like 28, 40, and 75. I think the kind of fantastic combo for that. You've got 3 lenses, covers pretty much anything from wide angle to telephoto. Obviously, Voigtländer has, I think it's 15 mil as well, 3.5 or 4.5 is there as well. But for me, that would be 3 lenses I would choose. Absolutely. But yes, I do love my Voigtländer lenses. I think if you can pass manual focusing, you really have to try them out. They're great lenses. There's a reason why people talk so fondly about them. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Hello, William. Good to see you. Terry says, it was great day, Con. It was good to meet Matt and spend some of my pocket money as a birthday treat to myself. We're always happy to see people spending their pocket money, and Grace always means that. But thank you very much, Terence. It's been absolutely a pleasure to see you again. Dave Walker says we need to see some more lenses for sure. Z9 Mark II development announcement maybe. Well, I think as Matt expects Nikon Z9 to, as he said on the live chat last week, around a year from now or summer 2026. Like Steve suggested, our technical advisor Steve, he thinks development announcements for Christmas, and then in about 3 months' time, the official announcement with the release date. So technically, that would bring us for April-May release. If we think about it, I would say probably April, beginning of the financial year. Could be. I'm not quite sure. And as we say, it's still very difficult to say actually what needs to be brought into Z9 Mark II to make it stand out compared to Generation 1 version. And we had the discussion last week, so we're not going to repeat that. Obviously, global shots is being thrown in, all sorts of different things. So definitely have a look at my discussion with Matt about this. Also, there were 2 comments on the live stream saying that we didn't talk about Z7 Mark III. We did. Definitely, it's late in the chart, but we did cover that as well. So it's been a 1 hour and a half hour live stream. So yeah, it's there. It's definitely there. I don't know. There's a way to break it down into chapters by other people, not us. I need to read through how to do this because I don't want to spend time on this. I've got some other things to do. But if we can actually outsource it to the community so they can actually chapterize the live streams, it could be a solution to that. I'm not sure, but at some point I'll have a look at it. It's on my list as well. All right. What's next? Harvind says, with Z9 Mark II around the corner, what effect will it have on the use price of Z9? How much will they drop? Well, Harvind, it's very difficult to say. It will depend on how good Z9 Mark II is, and that's kind of, predates what I said literally within the last 3 minutes. So if Z9 Mark II has significant advancements over Mark I version, then we will see a higher trade-in volume of the Z9s towards the purchase of Z9 Mark IIs. If it's more of a, let's say, like D4, D4S upgrades, then probably a lot of people will say that their Z9 is good enough for what they do and they don't need anything else, so they don't need to upgrade, and they'll wait for Z9 Mark III. Generation 3 model. So it's all kind of depends on this. We can't have any, it's very difficult to predict. It can go both ways, if you see what I mean. All right. Nigel Sutton says, Voigtländer, my first SLR back in the 70s was Cosina with 28, 55, and 200 millimeter Cosina lenses. Yep, Cosina is on our radar. They were good cameras. So Warren says Leica M camera. Sorry, Warren. I haven't seen your previous comment, so I'm not sure what this is. What this is? That's a confession. Probably it's a confession. Warren, we like Leica M cameras as well. I think I like the film ones more than the digital ones because of the prices, really, more than anything else. But I do like Leica cameras. I have two Leica rangefinders, film rangefinders myself. Roland confesses is I still do HDR. Been there. Been there, done that. Got a t-shirt. Some people said, actually, someone recommended something recently about the HDR mode as well, if you shoot in RAW, film RAW as well. Denny says, I heard Nikon Z9 firmware is pending. I heard about rumors about Z9 firmware as well, so who knows. There's a rumor that are getting open gate as well in the next firmware. Let's see what they're going to do with this. J Blue says, not a question, but I expect a development announcement for Z9 successor as well as 2 additional cine lenses, perhaps primes. I agree with you. I think cine lenses are a given. What I want is what they can do for us photographers. That's the thing. Majority of our viewers, they like their photography, so they are less videographers than photographers. Some do mixed, of course, but definitely I'm more excited about what Nikon can do in the photography space than videography space. Not gonna lie, but obviously it's a big undertaking for Nikon to get into video space, and I understand that the messaging is kind of sways more towards this right now because they need to make a splash. They need to get those Canon and Sony users to consider Nikon Zi as a very capable alternative, and that's why you have a camera that is very attractively priced that shoots red RAW. That's the big selling point for it. So that's the thing. But yeah, on a personal level, I definitely need to see some more cameras and lenses for photographers overall. So yeah. Okay, let's have a look further down. Regate says, forgive Con, I have scenes. I bought a used Leica M10 at a great price though. Well, you know what? This place, it's a safe space for everyone. So everyone is welcome, whatever camera you use, whatever brand you use, because overall, well, we talk Nikon most of the time. It's a photography channel, so everyone is welcome. The only reason, let's say, I'm hesitant about Nikon Leica. Leica rangefinders is obviously, the price. If you buy them brand new, you look at the prices are eye-watering, and obviously there is a rangefinder experience that you can have, but once you start to look at the feature set that, let's say, Nikon camera can give you over Leica camera, it becomes very difficult. But at the same time, I do love that rangefinder experience. It's just because I shoot film mostly nowadays. That's why I literally got Leica M4P and Nikon FM3. Those are my two go 35mm cameras. You can't go wrong with them. That's the thing. And I just choose what I shoot more. If I do more a bit more portraiture, then then I would go for Nikon FM3. And if it's more of a street travel thingy, I do take my Leica with me. But yeah, digital Leicas is just for me a little bit on a personal level. I'm sure they're fantastically made, obviously, Leica quality, etc. But yeah, if you can get a good price, there's no judgment there. It's the new prices that, obviously, if you can afford it, it's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. For a lot of people, it's quite difficult. If you can get like Z6 III, let's say, or Z8, and then at that for the price of Leica M11, you can buy 2 of Z8s and a lens, then yeah. For a lot of people, it will make logical sense in terms of the feature set and what it can do compared to Leica. But yeah, rangefinder experience is special. I absolutely agree with you. I like my rangefinders like my Mi 7, which you also have yourself. So you I think me and you, we understand what rangefinder can do, and that's, I guess, that's why we have kind of similar taste in this. All right. Broom Desu says, I shoot videos in 1080. I mean, a lot of YouTube videos are still on 1080. A lot of channels still broadcast in 1080. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But I do love to have 4K. This is great to have 4K. Of course, 6K as well, good because for cropping. But if 1080 does whatever it needs to be, there's absolutely no judgment here. All right. Lucas says, confession. For ISO sensitivity and exposure control, I use 1-step value instead of 1/3 over stop values. Interesting. Everyone is different. In a way, that's a kind of, first of all, you can go to high ISOs a lot faster. Yeah, you can go from, let's say, 100 to 1600 ISO with less movement compared to 1/3 of a stop. Especially on modern cameras, you would have to flick the knob several times. So yeah, if it works for you, why not? It's almost reminds me of the kind of more film thinking where you didn't have 1/3 of a stops in a way. You had exposure compensation with 1/3 of a stop, but yeah, if you go to ISOs, you set your ISO to whatever film speed is, and the film speed wouldn't be on 1/3 of a stop, etc. Of course, we have 100, 160 ISO between 200, but it's rare. So yeah, that's cool. As long as it works for you, Lucas, there's absolutely no judgment. All right, builders are back, John. Absolutely agree with you. They've started. They saw me setting up the lights, and they said, okay, let's do it. So they are working now, but don't worry. Within about 2 minutes, they're going to have their cup of tea, and it's normally will last them about 2 hours. So they're going to be done for a day. All right. Having this, can I still last enough to the Z85 1.2? Do you already get one? Again, having you're a bit late to the chat. I literally just talked about 20 minutes ago. So yes, I still haven't got one. I'm still lasting about it. But my 85 1.4G is fantastic lens. And if I would be rich, I would buy 85 1.2. But I have to be sensible. So that's the thing. All right. Nick Harrison says, tested both 24-70s, the one you are filming on now, and the new version. So Nick is talking about 24-70 2.8. I'm filming on Mark 1 version now, and he's also tested Mark 2 versions. Says both are excellent, but new version feels and appears so good. Very tempted. My call in again Tuesday. Well, Nick, see you on Tuesday. Gary Murphy says, confession, I have seen and I bought GFX 100 RF. Gary, I want to hear more about this. Is it any good? Obviously, I like the idea of X100, and I found that it was really cool that they released a GFX 100 RF. I have GFX 100S, which has the same sensor, I believe, right? Again, it's one of the cameras that, for me, it is high price. But again, you're looking at Leica Q, I probably would go for GFX 100R on a personal level. Again, this is very subjective. I know that we have users here who love Leica Q cameras. But for me, actually, if I would have the budget, I would go for GFX 100R. Because I know GFX system, I love it. Obviously, I haven't tried the camera you have, so tell me more. Do you like it? Is it good? Is it bad? What you like it, what you don't like it? I want to hear more in the chat, Gary. But thanks for sharing this with me. There's no judgment whatsoever. Thank you very much, Kirill. He says, hi, Con. The stream with Matt was a blast. Have you tried the Voigtländer lenses on Z8? Some YouTubers claim they were developed for low resolutions. Haven't tried, to be honest with you, but if you go for upper range, there's absolutely no problem. Upper lenses are one of the sharpest on the Z mounts. You're not going to have any issues whatsoever. Those lenses, I would say, would be absolutely fine on 45 megapixel overall, because no, I did use Voigtländer lenses. Yeah, they were fine. They were fine. I would say you should be absolutely fine. I don't think they were designed for 24. They came out when Z7 was around already. So when Voigtländer releases a lens for cameras that already exist, we already had 45 megapixel at the time. So they're going to be absolutely fine. But I can potentially check and tell you. So I'm going to, if I remember, I'll put it. The thing is, because our test cameras nowadays are ZFs because we have them. So a lot of lenses we use are on the ZFs. We don't really use them on Z8s. But yeah, I don't see the reason why it would be. I think it's a nonsense what people say. But again, I may want to, if I have time, I might just do a test. All right, let's look at more of your comments in the chat. So you see, it's good. It's good. I think the chat is going well because we are freestyling and I'm reading your comments. And as I say, when I do solo shows, it's all about you. So you, the viewer, and in a way, if this is the way I can talk to you directly. When we have an interview, it's a lot more difficult because obviously we talk to each other, and so it's very difficult to see what's happening in the chat. But today is all about the chat. So Roger says you need to do a big band in Texas. I've done some band in Texas near Flagstaff. What's near Flagstaff? I was staying in Flagstaff overnight. The Horseshoe Bend I've done, is it in Texas or is it in Arizona? I'm sorry, guys, my geography is really bad. I'm sure I can Google it, but I've done the Horseshoe Bend. So we've done all this. If it was Texas, then I was in Texas. If not, I thought it was Arizona, but I'm not sure. Beautiful place, really enjoyed it. We've done a couple more things there as well. But yeah, that was fun. 2 years already. Yes, I've done this live stream solo for 2 years. Well, it's going to be technically December this year. It would be 2 years since I'm doing solo live streams. It's always a pleasure to have Becky on a live stream, of course. As I said, we're going to try to do it maybe once a month, schedule, if your schedule allows, of course. Greg Lohan says, I use Canon 5D Mark I as well as Nikon Z7 and Z5 II cameras and DSLRs such as D200, D700 and Nikon Zf. Vintage DSLRs sensors provide different looks, the digital equivalent of using different film stocks. Interesting take. An expensive way to use different film stocks. If you see what I mean. On film, you just spend, £5 to £20 for the roll of film to give you a different look. But as long as you're enjoying it and you've got the equipment, it's fantastic. I had I had 5D Mark II for about 3 months, and then I sold it. And it was D700 versus 5D Mark II for me at the time. While 5D Mark II was more for video work, it was fun. I didn't do much video back in the day. Resolution was fun to have because I think it was 21 megapixels compared to 12 megapixels. But I kind of chose D700 because I did find it better build for me and better usability, and the images. I did find 5D Mark II was a little bit noisier. Even on 800 ISO compared to Nikon, but different sensors, of course. Never tried 5D Mark I, but I'm sure it's a fantastic camera. Obviously, 5D Mark III is still considered to be, I think if you look at best DSLRs, I think 5D Mark III and D850 is sitting right up there. So really, it would be the top choice for whatever brand you used at the time. But yeah, as long as you enjoy your photography, you can shoot with one camera, you can shoot with 10 different cameras. As long as you're enjoying it and not just sitting on the shelf, there's no judgment here at all. I'm glad you're enjoying, Greg. All right, let's see more of your comments. David would love to see an interview with Don McCullen. David, it's not up to me, unfortunately. It's just not up to me. It's not like I can just have Don McCullen on top. I would love to, but we talked about this before. I can't do much about this. It's out of my hand. If people in the UK, it doesn't mean that they can just come and, some people are easygoing, some people are not. That's the thing. But yeah, on a personal level, yes. Yes, I mean, there would be, again, the myth, the man, the legend, and I would love that myself, personally. Michael Reed says, well done for winning the A to Z, or Z, as we say in UK, camera competition. Thank you, Michael. That was fun. If you like to see more content like this, we are trying different strategies on now. So we went all in for short form content. We have young people to do this, like Dan and Chloe. They're absolutely brilliant. They're in in that age where they embrace the social media content. I'm kind of old person for this type of things, so I can't think of this. But they come up with those brilliant ideas, and I'm really happy that like in the last months, if you haven't seen our shorts, like camera opening, great talking about some rare cameras, A to Z stuff. If you want us to do more challenges like this, we have a couple more challenges like this, so you will see those. But I think it's kind of fun and non-trivial thing, so you're going to see more of this for sure, and definitely throw us more ideas like this. We'll be happy to hear them. All right, let's have a look. Oh, PS Pennsylvania, thank you. Okay, now I know. That's good. Simon has a confession. He says, I turned down work on Friday so I can join this live stream. Simon, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the live stream. But if it's a big paid job, go get it. You can always see us in, on demand later on. So, go get paid, unless you can obviously reschedule it for another day. All right, let's look. Rowan says, recently found my D80 and more importantly, a battery and charger. Going to give it a go this weekend. D80 still has a D200 sensor, which is CCD sensor. So expect a fantastic rendering from it. I'm sure it will bring a lot of good memories. Love D80, love D200, really fun cameras. I think we should come back. We should that's what I'm telling guys as well. We should do more content with all cameras, with all digital cameras. Let's get the D70 out and shoot with D70s and see what the images are like. Just for fun. Photography can be about fun. As a channel, we don't try to go too technical. There's so many technical, channels out there that A, do much better job. B, we don't want to get into that space. We look at it as in a way entertainment with a bit of education. If you learn, something, like when we blab for an hour, then it means that we've done our job. That's the thing. But I do find that we love entertainment part of it. We want to enjoy using it. That's the thing. That's why, at the end of the day, you're looking at the camera reviews, it's all sound like advertisement nowadays to me. So that's the thing. I feel like I want to get away from that on a personal level. All right. Let's look at more of your comments here in the chat. Do you like seeing your comments on the screen, by the way? That's a new feature. Exciting. Took me 2 years. But if you like that, I'm super happy that we can do this. This software also allows streaming in 4K, but I don't think our internet will allow for this. So I actually, I may want to try, but then I don't know how the buffering is going to be like. But luckily, we have roadworks now, and we're not buffering, and it's 3 o'clock, so this is the time where it actually should start buffering. But so far, so good, I would say. Okay, so Andy says, since getting my D850, apologies for the noise, they are going at it right now. Since getting my D850, my D200 has been sitting for a year. How often should I exercise? Well, I would say if we need to walk 8,000 steps to 10,000 steps a day, your camera needs to be exercised at least once a month. That's my thinking about it. But to be honest with you, I would say the main thing is take the battery out. That's quite useful. It's always good to turn the camera on, run the autofocus system every now and then, just for the sake of it. It doesn't mean this is not going to work after a year sitting there, but this is me kind of thinking on the safe side more than anything else. But I haven't seen any issues. Let's say old cameras sitting, let's say, in on a shelf for like 2 years and then being switched on. As long as you can charge the battery, they will be as good as new. That's the thing. One thing that we noticed on some of the old cameras, they actually internal memory battery that keeps the dates and time, that will ask to be reset. So that's the thing, because it runs out of juice. So that's what you may find. The rest should be absolutely fine. Craig C says, I drove from Pennsylvania to Minnesota to shoot my niece's wedding. Me and my 2 dogs, epic trip. Craig, I would love to do this myself. I would love to do this myself. Don't have any current plans going to United States, but whenever I go, I think my next trip will be to New York because I got quite a few people to see there. But then next big road trip, as you like, I've seen this joke the other day where people say tourists coming to United States, and it's only 3 states highlights. It's basically New York, Florida, and California. So I would love to go to other places and drive in the middle of the country. I don't know if I can do east to west kind of trip, but definitely I would love to explore more states and meet more people and see different things. I would enjoy that personally. All right, let's have a look. This discussion about driving am I so behind? That's the thing. If I can't read everyone's comment, then I'm gonna jump through comments. So okay, let me just quickly see if we can catch up. So Len says, I took a leap with f1.2 Z 85mm lens from 8514G. It was worth it. Thank you, Len. I guess I need to save more money. And cut my spending on some other hobbies that I have. I'll wait for a good second-hand one from Grace or Westminster. Roland would love to try 90mm tilt and shift. It's a fantastic lens. We haven't seen many come in secondhand. The funny thing is, I know it came out quite late in a Nikon F mount lineup when the mirrors were coming out already, and it hasn't sold a lot because it's a niche lens, of course. But people who bought this, they tend to keep it. So I think we had only 1 and 2 secondhand. I tried it myself. I wish I would know more about tilt and shift lenses. If you notice, we don't really talk much about tilt and shift because we don't specialize in this type of photography. But it's an incredible lens from the feedback we've got from people who bought it from us. I don't think you will be disappointed, Roland. David says Nikon needs more 28mm 1.8 and 1.2. I agree with you, David. I think 28mm lenses focal range is being neglected. Simon Ma says, what do you think will be the film grain feature on the Nikon Zf firmware upcoming update, and what would you like to see about it? I shoot a lot of film, so for me, all these things that we add to digital images to make them imperfect, it's a stylistic choice. I personally think if you want to film grain on your images, shoot film, because each film stock has its character. But I shoot film, so that's why it's it comes from a bias point of view. Realistically speaking, if you shoot digital and you never needed film grain in your life, you're probably not missing this feature much. But if you like to take your images straight out of the box, use your images. So effectively you would shoot JPEG, and that means you don't shoot RAW, you don't process them, let's say in RAW processing softwares like NX Studio and Adobe Lightroom Capture One, then that's the tools that will give you kind of this look that you can get out of the box, that you can upload straight to your website or social media or send to your friends and things like this. And that's where Bluetooth connection helps and things like this. So, and that's where the Nikon recipes come in, and that's again what Nikon had picture profiles back in the day. New cameras now have recipes, and you can go to Nikon Cloud and you can download the recipes created by other users, as well as you can share your recipes with other people on Nikon Cloud as well. So all sorts of things will allow you to do those things. If you like it or not, they say everyone's different. I'm coming from that point, say you should shoot film instead of if you want a film look, but again, as I say, at the end of the day, whatever works for you, that's the thing. There's no right and wrong there. That's the thing. And as I say, we have these people where, let's say like I've shot film throughout my whole life. I've done that. I got a T-shirt. I'm happy to shoot digital nowadays because I went through all this. And I totally understand this logic. And we also have a lot of young people who are looking towards, they're buying their film cameras right now. And to be honest with you, this segment is growing. And in terms of this, everyone is different. Everyone likes different things. So if this feature works for you, then have it. I personally think what I would like to have the grain feature, and I know they will have it, but I want to have different type of grain. Give me maybe 2 sliders. So choose the grain pattern, the shape, and the shape of the grain. maybe let me choose how much grain, the density of the grain. I think that's kind of two things I would want to have in that feature. So ZFC is now rumored to have grain feature as well, so that's good. But that's my thinking. That's my thinking, and I definitely think that Nikon should do it. I think it's a good idea for Nikon. It just creates more options for people who want to get that particular look in camera instead of, let's say, doing it within the software. Greg says, I was surprised to see the announcement of the Tamron 70-180 2.8 lens for Z mount. I thought it might come out as an updated Nikon version of 70-180 at some point. Well, Greg, yes and no. Now, we have Nikon 28-75 2.8. We have Tamron 28-75 2.8. We have Nikon 17-28 lens. Yes. We have Tamron 16-30 lens. We have Nikon Tamron 70-180. You see my drift. You see the logic. So that's why it's kind of not surprising at this point. We have this trinity. Again, at this moment, unfortunately, I can only look at the speculation because I feel like there's some sort of agreement where Tamron can do this and other companies can't do this. I'm still puzzled about Sigma not releasing art lenses. So, in my opinion, there's agreement between Nikon and Tamron, Nikon and Sigma, Nikon and Voigtländer, what they can and what they can't do. I personally think that gatekeeping is bad. At the same time, if you're looking at Nikon gatekeeping, it's not as bad as Canon gatekeeping. But at the same time, I feel like we're at this point where Nikon has enough lenses that now we can start to see different lenses to come out. So that's the thing. And I don't understand why, and we can only speculate why. So if you have some ideas, if you want to go to this speculation territory, you're welcome to share your thoughts. But as I say, we've seen the similar releases of the Holy Trinity, 16-30, 20-75 from Tamron, so that's why it's not surprising that 70-180 is here. What I'm more excited about is actually Tamron 18-300 DX lens, because Nikon doesn't have this lens for DX users. So for me, this is definitely something that scratches a different itch for people who bought Nikon DX cameras such as Z30, ZFC, and Z50, and it's a fantastic, good all-rounder lens. So I'm looking forward to get our review sample, and yeah, we're definitely going to do a review on that. So I'm excited about those lenses, not the ones that directly compete with Nikon. Okay, let's have a look. Spell photography, Ron, in your video said Harvinder. Fine. I'm sure it's fine. You know, I was rushing to set this all up, so if I misspell things, that's absolutely fine. It's funny when people actually put it like under the video comment, not live chat. Live chat is fine. Like this is the most important comment you can share. You know, so for me, I always look at those comments. Yeah, it's fine. I can always correct this. It's not a problem. But I do want to hear more content-related comments than anything else, because that's more interesting discussion to me. John Hughes says, confession, I did go out for 4 days with both Hasselblad and Nikon Z9, but the Z9 stayed in the bag. Well, it's good. I think, you know, Hasselblad are definitely camera that probably suited the scenery, the type of photography that you did on the day. That's the thing. I don't think your Hasselblad will do so well, let's say, at an event setting, let's say this, or sports setting. So that's the thing. As they say there, horses for courses. And in terms of this, you use the tool that particularly works for this particular setting. Absolutely agree. That's why, let's say, yeah, I have a Leica camera, rangefinder, and I have a FM3A, and I use them for different things. I have my medium format camera for, you know, something I want to shoot. Let's say we will use Z8 for one particular shoot. We use ZF for another particular shoot. So it's always good to have tools and options. That's the thing. It becomes more difficult for people who are buying they have only one camera, and unfortunately, unfortunately, that's majority of us photographers. We can only choose one, and at that point, we have to really consider all the pros and cons and decide what camera will do everything I want to do, because I can't buy just one camera for this and one camera for that. But yeah, I'm sure the Hasselblad takes beautiful images. So David wants a Nikon camcorder with red tag. I don't think to be honest with you, at this stage, the world is your oyster, because Nikon is just kind of dipping their toes in the video side of things. So will we see a camcorder type camera? Probably not. Will we see a box camera type? Yes. Will we see something like C50, C100, C200 Canon type of cameras? I think yes. So it's all sorts of cameras we will see. I think I consider ZIs to be entry level to what they want to do. So we will see the cameras going up from there. That's my opinion. So will we become camcorder? I would love to see that. I don't think it will happen. To be honest with you, if you look at camcorders, all current camcorders, they don't have full frame sensor. I think Panasonic still makes camcorders. They're quite small sensor. I think their 2.7 crop is the largest one, if I'm not mistaken. So designing something with full frame sensor would be quite difficult, but it's an interesting thought for sure. All right, let's see more of your comments here. It's 15 parts. We're gonna give it another 10 minutes before wrapping up. My coffee is still warm, which is really nice. All right, so let's see. Let's see more of your comments here. I'm going to catch up with things here. OMK is saying, I recently found for parts Nikon One Touch AF3 point and shoot camera on eBay, and after tinkering with it actually works. I never shot film point and shoot before, and it's remarkable to me how bare bones it is. Well, it could be a Trojan horse, which will get you into film photography. I'm actually quite happy that this AF3 you managed to fix it, because all point shoot cameras are notoriously difficult to repair. So it's one of the things that's a bit of a gamble when you buy any camera. So if you got it at a good price and you manage to fix it, it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I mean, kudos to you. It's all about trying film and shooting it and see if you like it or not, trying different film stocks. I'd say you're at the beginning of the journey, unless you didn't like it, and that's the end of your journey. All right. Let's see. Warren says, bought an old school S3 systems, the 2020 version, beautiful craftsmanship and design from the late 50s and 60s. Nikon S3 rangefinder is on my purchase list. Definitely, I would like to get one. I think, yes, I would love to get 2000 edition as well. For a very simple thing, because I would love to, it's more that I know it's newer, so hopefully it will last longer compared to the original S3s. But the good thing about mechanical cameras, they can still be serviced, unlike a lot of electronic cameras from film days. So yes, definitely S3 or SP is on my shopping list at some point. Hello, Richard from Norway. Good to see you. Okay, let's look at more of your comments here. So Darth Prime says, I wasn't a fan of 28mm range until I bought the Zeiss manual 28mm Hollywood lens. Really nice and sharp lens for my F-mount adapted to Z-mount cameras. Here you go. Zeiss lenses have a fantastic reputation. They're great lenses. I have Zeiss 50. I don't use it very often, but it is there. Zeiss lenses for Leica mount I consider to be amazing as well, very sharp. Obviously, Zeiss used to make F-mount lenses as well, like Otus range at the time, which was about £5,000 for a lens. Exceptional quality lenses as well. So yeah, there are different lenses that do different things. I really like 28. At the moment, I have 28mm Leica mount Voigtländer f2 Ultron. And it's a fantastic lens. It's very sharp with a bit of character wide open. And this is kind of my street photography to-go lens, either on my film Leica camera or on Nikon Zf via adapter. So this is the 28mm that I use right now. Would I like to get a native Z28mm f1.5? Yes. It's, if you're looking at the native glass, this is the one to get. But yes, the 28mm, if you know how to use it, you will enjoy it. Again, a lot of things people say 28 for street. Yes, if you want to do it for street, you have to get really close. And getting close in street photography, for a lot of people, is difficult because suddenly you become noticed. You can't be discreet. So that's the thing. So it requires a bit of learning the way to you shoot it as well. But I do like my 28 for street photography. I would say if you sketch a 28 street, the good way to the good exercise is to go to crowded event or go to a crowded street, because that way, like, I don't know, Oxford Circus, let's say, or football match, and that way you shoot with 28, you're close enough. There's so many people that they won't bother with you because you're one person in thousands that is this event, so you just go and shoot. And that good way to make yourself familiar and, and to make yourself more confident while shooting street photography on 28mm, so that's one way to do that as well. But I do love a good 28. I do love a good 35. When I travel, I prefer 35. When I do street, I prefer 28. Both are fantastic. I wouldn't choose one over another. It's good. It would be a very difficult choice. Jay Blue says, last week I received the latest issue of the Nikon Owner magazine. Beautiful photos from Moose Peterson. I am SOP, happy to be a subscriber. I'm so happy to be a subscriber. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate it. We do print now again. You can subscribe if you want to through, I think the link is under this video in the description. You're welcome to do this if you want to. I saw already a next cover for the next issue. So you just received the recent one. I already saw the next cover as well. This one is beautiful and colorful, but the next one is also very beautiful. It's more wintry, let's say this, but it's definitely a beautiful cover. I'm sure you'll enjoy the next one as well. Prasanna is asking, do you expect any senior lens from Nikon this year? Yeah, why not? Definitely. The cinema camera has been launched, so we got obviously a 28 to 105 lens. I think we'll see more senior lenses. I probably at least one. It would be a safe thing to say. I think. Obviously, that's a speculation. Okay, I'm going to be wrapping now, so let's just quickly go and catch up with everything. Let's see. Keith says, spoke to Chloe on Wednesday while making purchase from Gray. She was very helpful. Chloe is absolutely fantastic, and every member of our team is absolutely fantastic. You saw her in the chat. I'll get her more on the live chat with us as well. I'm going to get Dan and Steve as well more on the live chats as well. They're all fantastic people, and I'm so grateful that I have a team like this. It's it's one of the things where we are a small team, so like getting the right people is absolutely fantastic, and I'm absolutely grateful. Like for me, Grace is about people. It's about people. It's about the team we have here. So more than anything else. All right. So don't forget to give the stream thumbs up. That would be very useful. Thank you, Len. We appreciate it. Thank you, Andy, as well. We definitely appreciate it. Nigel still got his D70, not used for years. Well, I think if we have to have a challenge, we should have like an old camera challenge. What do you think? Like the plan would be you basically use any digital camera up to, let's say, maybe D300 or maybe D200 up to D200 range. So let's say, so no D3s, let's say, no, only like from D2s to D1s. Yeah, anything. So maybe we should do a challenge like this. I don't know. It's a thought. We're not starting anything yet, but if you like this idea, let me know in the comments below, in the chat. No problem, Kirill. My pleasure. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Did I miss? Paul P says, do Bay grids fade on sensors age given color shifts? And I haven't experienced anything with Nikon cameras. The only thing I know that some Leica sensors tend to rust or something like this. So you got to do research. I think it's Leica M8 sensor or something like this. But no, nothing with Nikon. Haven't seen it. Very rarely we see actually sensor failure. So doesn't happen very often at all. Okay, let's see. I need new memory cards for my brain. Robert, I need new memory cards for my brain. I need extra expansion memory slot. Too many things on my plate right now, I can tell you that, so definitely. So let's see. There's a good talk about traveling in the United States. Route 66 would be epic. I would love Route 66. We haven't done it. We managed to get to Mojave, and then we didn't have enough time to then wander towards Route 66 just through Mojave Desert. So it's on my list to do for next time, that's for sure. Definitely, Len, if I'm in the New York area, I'll let everyone know. So definitely would be interesting to catch up with everyone. Not sure if I'll go to New Jersey. But yeah, I know that New York is not far away. So okay, let's see. We talked about Z9 Mark II. Dave says, if I did shoot with film, where on earth would I store all the output? Is it like Dave, is it like a tricky question that you don't tell me that you probably will scan it and have a digital file where things come in and you say, well, I would shoot digitally then. But I have a beautiful binder with sleeves, so negative sleeves, which once I scan them, they go there and they go in this binder. I'm actually on my second binder right now, so it's got about, I don't know how many rolls in there, but there is way to store it. People digitize it, people print it. There's different ways to apply your film photography. So there's no problem of storing the output, but you have your physical files and you have your digital files as well. Absolutely no problem. It's like, where do you store your physical books when you have Kindle? Kind of this type of question, you know what I mean? So yes, no problem. It takes a lot less space, I can tell you that, than my hard drives. All right. Love T-Max 200, said Ron. The T-Max is grain through the roof. So Nikon needs to have their grain on T-Max. T-Max grain, this is as grainy as you want to get. So if Nikon can get this density, definitely. I've recently processed actually 3 rolls of T-Max last week for customers of mine. And yeah, a lot of people buy 3200 and shoot at 3200. It is base ISO is about 1000 ISO for this film. So if you shoot 1000 or 1600 ISO, you'll get a little bit more shadow details in there. But yeah, beautiful film nonetheless. If you love your gigs, if you need a high ISO speed film, you've got T-Max and you've got Delta 3200 as well. Both are very good films as well. All right, I think we're going to wrap up on this. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's always good to see you here. I'm looking forward to next week. If you have any ideas what we shall talk about next week, definitely let me know in the comments on this video. In the meantime, yes, find your old camera like D80, D70, D100, D2. Take it out, charge the battery, go take some photographs with this, and just have a look at the images and see if they give you something different than your current modern digital camera gives you. That's a challenge for you. Maybe you'll have a challenge like this. I don't know, but I personally think this is a great point that some of you made. So like Roland mentioned D80, I think Dave mentioned D700. We have, I think, D17 here somewhere. I think I might just take this one as well for the weekend and have fun with it. So thank you again, everyone, for joining me today. I always enjoy our company. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.